All right, so we're back. We're going to install WordPress onto our hosting account here. Now, every host is going to be a little bit different here. Again, I said most of them are going to give you a control panel that's going to look something like this. Again, maybe the icons may look a little bit different. It'll just depend on the skin that is on their control panel. But for the most part, it should be kind of the same. So just look for the names. There's probably going to be an area for applications. Now, this is going to be where the host has kind of pre-installed versions of software that it will then install onto your hosting account for you. Some offer a lot of options. Some will just offer one, like this one is just offering a WordPress website. Some will offer tons of different CMSs and accounting platforms and CRMs and things like that. They may be hidden under something called Softalicious. Just maybe look for that account, but you'll probably see something given the title like applications or installations or something like that. It'll look just like that. But for this case, this is perfect because we want to install a WordPress website, and we're going to do it the very easy way first. And the next video, I'll show you how to do it manually in case your host does not provide something like this. So I'm going to go ahead and click on WordPress Manager, and you can say, you can see that it says installation, no compatible installation is on this account. So I'm going to go ahead and create one. And first, it's going to walk me right through. It's going to show me what version of WordPress it will install at the time of this video. This is the most current version. It really doesn't matter for the rest of what we're going to be doing here what version you see, because it may just look a little bit different, but for the most part, everything is going to be the same. Not a lot changes from version to version of WordPress. They do make improvements, but again, nothing you're going to need to really worry about or find this video to be outdated on. So it's going to ask you, where do you want to install it? So maybe I wanted to install this in one of those subdomains that I talked about, or maybe I want to just put this into a folder. So maybe I want to create a whole separate blogging area on my website. For the most part, you're probably not going to want to do that. You're probably just going to install this as being the main part of the website. So we'll just keep the regular domain name as it is. And I'll just click install. And we're going to watch this go through, and this is probably going to ask me a couple questions. When it does, we're going to want to write this information down. With some of the installs, it's going to do the work for me and give me a username and password, and maybe even the database information that I'm going to want to write down. All right, so you can see right there, it finished it up. I can access the website. It's already installed for me. It went from nothing. We saw that file. We opened up the folder, and we saw there was nothing on my host. We'll take a look at what it did here in a second. But it did give me a username and password, so I'm going to go ahead and copy that. I'm on a Mac, so what I like to do is open up just like TextEdit, and for right now, I'm just going to paste that information in there so I have it. Personally, I also use Evernote. I love to host all my passwords and things in there. But for right now, I'm just going to use this little text program. All right, so let's go ahead and go back. So we know that's installed. Come back home. So let's go back into the file manager here, and we can take a look. Remember, we went into the public HTML file, and I can see there's a whole bunch of files in there now, not just the CGI bin. This is everything that WordPress uses to basically work. Again, none of this stuff is something you'll probably ever have to worry about, but just know that it's there, and you can see that it did all the work for me. Now, in the next video, I'm going to go ahead and install this manually. So if you do not want to watch that, feel free to skip over to the next video. If you do want to see how it's done manually, it's great to learn how to do. It's not very complicated, very kind of simple to do for the most part, just a couple extra steps.